It feels really good to get off a good start. Cheetah's not my favorite pattern, but I was able to make it happen. My goal is to make a show this week. I was fortunate enough to use one ball, the high road solid. I got off to a good start, shooting 240. Towards the middle of the block, it was getting a little touchy, but towards the end of the block, I finished with a 260, which got me around 320 for the block.
Well, yeah, I was after 5 games, I was in top. So of course, this pretty poor last 2 games. It's made me upset. I missed some spares and I couldn't really adjust. So right now, I'm not too happy. Overall, it's a good start of the World Series, but yeah, like right now, I just try to forget those last couple of games, and we'll see what's happening further on. More or less was the ball that struck for me. I went through a couple of other ones, but really couldn't get the right read, and most likely it was because I didn't really throw them as good as I did with the Marvel S when I really believed in that one. So, but I had a pin down, no hole Marvel S for the first 5 games, and it just looked unbelievable good. So,
well, it felt really good. I mean, this was the best I've ever done in the first 3 games. Before I had like 790, something like that, and now I started out with 840. So yeah, felt really good. I threw the IQ Tour, the whole first 5 games. And it really felt good, and it was kind of smooth. So I didn't have to do any changes, and I could stay around the 5th board all the time. It's undescribable. It's the best feeling. I mean, you try to compete with the best in the world. I mean, who doesn't want to do that? I mean, that's a dream right there.
I think it was a little bit, from what I saw, I think there was a little first tournament jitters, because there were some guys there the last game struggled that I expected to bowl a little better because they're great bowlers. But it's the first tournament of the swing and a lot of games left, and I do think we're going to be just fine. Our guys are going to be just fine.
I'll tell you what, it feels great to get off to a good start. Typically, in years past, even when we were out on the main tour, I always struggled keeping up with the scoring pace on Cheetah. And so my viewpoint coming into today was just don't shoot yourself in the foot. Try to get a couple hundred over, put myself in position for the World Championship. I love this environment. It's our showcase event for the tour. 1 week long of nothing but bowling. You got to stay focused, and I'm proud to be back from the injury. I wasn't here last year, so it's good to be back and good to be in contention again after being off for so long. Yeah, it feels great, Mike. I mean, as I told Dell last night, I said I just don't want to get off to a bad start because I knew the scoring pace was going to be so high for the Cheetah. And, if you only shoot 150, 180 over, you really got a lot of pins to pick up on the leaders, and some of these other patterns, they're not quite as high scoring, and so you really don't want to be in a position where you got to try to make up pins on a pattern that doesn't yield that high score. So I'm pretty psyched. I started out with an outcry, which Dell laid out last night right after our practice session, and I started out with that, and I got 4 games out of it, which is pretty long for any ball that I start out with using those angles. You try to keep your angles closed. So I got the outcry, started with that, and boy, did it look great. I mean, and then I fell into a good rhythm and just felt like I had to get it off my hand and it was going to strike. So that's always nice when that happens.
Well, they were a little tighter today, so guys could use a little stronger balls out of the gate. There wasn't quite as much friction to the right. And when I saw the guys being able to use stronger balls, it actually chewed the pattern up in the front. And then once you got into a certain spot, you could actually ball down and throw it at the dry. And the strong balls really did kind of burn them up in the fronts. But it was good. It was good for us.
This guy right here, I'm telling you what, this guy laid me out that outcry I used. Holy smokes, did that look good.
Have you ever thrown an outcry before?
Never. Threw
Before
it down
today?
the lane? Nope, I threw 5 shots in practice, and I said, well, I don't know, Dell, you think I should start with this outcry, or do you think I should go to this other ball? He goes, no, let's go with the outcry and see how much you can get with it. I said, okay.
Now he's blowing
holy
smoke.
Smokes, did I? No, I didn't. I shot 270, 270, 240, 240. And then I started making my own choice, shot 2-0, and then I had to go get the man again not mannequin, man again. And then I shot, I don't know what I do, 220. And then midway through the last game, he goes, hey, finish this off, but before you go into the paddock, make sure you go talk to Slam and Flanny out there.
Hey, got to do the duty.